Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Dr. Emma Nagy, and I am your mindset coach and bestie along this journey. So, today I'm going to be talking to you about how to bond with your baby in the first 24 hours after they are born. And the whole point is to start developing that really strong connection and continue it. You're already doing this in pregnancy. You're building like a unshakable foundation and connection with them already. And obviously when they get here, it's going to be different because then you'll get to actually hold them in your arms and look at them and see them for the first time and start to bond in this new, brand new way. So we're going to focus on the first 24 hours after they're born. So you get off on just like the best little start with them. And I'm going to give you 5 tips that are my favorite tips for bonding with a brand new baby. Now, before I go into these 5 tips, I just want to throw in a little caveat because there will be, a very small percentage of you, hopefully not you, but maybe some of you might know this is coming, where a very small percentage of babies end up like in the NICU or something happens where you don't get the beginning you envisioned. So before we go into the 5 tips that most of us are going to get to experience with our brand new babies in our arms, I just wanted to share a few tips for those of you who either expectedly or unexpectedly won't have that very beginning. And I want to do that to help give you another thing to focus on to be able to have your bond with your baby, even if it doesn't get off on the start you want. And then you can kind of keep that in the back of your mind, and hopefully you'll find these tips helpful if this happens to you. And then we'll go into the 5 tips that will have that will you'll get to use the majority of you. All right. So, in the rare instance that your baby doesn't immediately come to you, maybe they have to go off and receive care or whatever the situation is, or maybe you do, whatever it is. These are 4 things that I would do if I was in that situation, to send like love to my baby. First one that I would personally do, this fits in with my belief system, is I would send prayers to my baby and I would ask God to protect my baby and surround my baby and me, and for them to feel that love of like the Holy Spirit, of that just like unconditional love from God. So that would fit with my belief system, and that would be something I would do. Something else I would do as the mom, and this I think can fit with pretty much any belief system, is I would imagine sending loving energy from my heart to my babies. Like you guys already have that strong connection now. And I would sometimes do that when I was pregnant, just like imagine sending my loving energy and just like surrounding my baby with it. I would do that as well, even if they were like in a different room from me. And I would imagine just sending them that love and imagine my baby like sensing that love and connection. The third thing I would do is I would ask the nurses if I was, say, in the hospital in whatever way they could to show love to my baby. Whether they could hold the baby if I couldn't, and just to be that like present energy of love with them. Or if they couldn't hold my baby, I would ask the nurses, I'm like, can you just send positive energy to my baby whenever you walk past them or whenever you check in on them? And I know they would do that anyway, but I feel like for me, that would be good peace of mind. And then the fifth thing I would do is, if you have like a partner or close family member that is with you, that they could go see the baby, say in a situation where you weren't, I would ask them to just be like, can you just bring that love energy to my baby? So that is what I would do. I know maybe a little unconventional, but I am a mindset coach. I love energy. I love calling on my faith in good times and challenging times. And so those are some things that I would do. Maybe some of them will be useful to you. But again, like I said, most of us, when your baby is born, you will get your new baby right away. And if you don't know that bond, you're gonna like it's unshakable. Like you are connected to your baby, and it's just gonna be like that much more sweet when you do. But for most of us, we get our babies in our arms right away. And so I know that's probably why you've clicked on this video. and I'm going to go through my 5 tips with you to bond to develop a secure attachment with your brand new baby from the very beginning when you first have them on your chest after you give birth to them, however you give birth to them. So, okay, step number 1, and you've probably read about this, skin to skin. If you haven't read about this, or if this is a term that is new to you, the term is aptly named. It's well suited. It simply means your skin, your bare skin against your baby's bare skin. And that is so good for so many reasons. When you can, especially like right away after they're born, have their skin against your skin, there are so many benefits. You're like deeply bonding in that moment, like they're still connected to you, but just now in this new way. And it helps with a bunch of like physiological things as well. So, as well as like your hormones and helping, bond, it helps you co-regulate together, which is very cool. So, like your body temperature will help regulate your baby's temperature, and they're out in the world for the very first time. So, obviously, that's really important for them and their nervous systems and just their physiology to feel regulated and calm. So beautiful for that. And also, their body temperature, getting it to the right spot, things like that. Skin to skin, you can do unlimited. Like there's no such thing as spoiling a baby. Like you've probably heard that. I wholeheartedly believe with that. In that, I love being responsive to my babies, being there for them, like, and holding them, comforting them, being that like rock, that safe place they can always count on to just, yeah, be that solid figure of like love for them. Um, So yeah, skin to skin, especially the first 2 hours after birth. That's a really magical window to do skin to skin. But like I said, unlimited in the first 24 hours. Obviously, you're going to need to get some rest. Like you're going to need to like put them down probably at some point. Um, but there is no limit. So just do what you want to do here. But definitely prioritize it if you can. Okay, skin to skin. That's number 1. Another incredible way to bond with your brand new newborn when they are awake is just to like have them close enough to you, like on your chest or in your arms is perfect, in that close proximity to your face, and make eye contact with them. As your baby starts to grow, like day by day, week by week, and their eyesight gets stronger and things get less blurry for them, like that eye contact is so good and so helpful for secure attachment. One of the things, I'm a mental health researcher for those of you who don't know me or my background. And one of the things that I learned when working in the reproductive and child health area of research is that mums who have better mental health tend to make more and more consistent eye contact. It's such a subconscious thing. But eye contact is like one of those incredible ways for your baby to feel connected to you and to learn about you. Like eyes are like a portal to something. I don't know, like that connection. And so make eye contact with them. Like just you're going to want to anyway. You're just going to be obsessed with your baby and like staring at them. So that's another way you can bond with your baby in the first 24 hours. Number 4, and you can do this when you're feeding them, because number 4 is feeding them. And if you establish breastfeeding, for example, that is a really incredible way to bond like physiologically and just also like mentally. Breastfeeding is also really good for your mental health in many, many cases. And it just starts to develop that strong bond between you and baby. And then number 5, actually, sorry, number 4. So that means the last one's number 3. Number 4, start responding to them and start learning about them. So this is such a fun stage because you're gonna be, and you already are in so many ways, like or you already are the person who knows your baby the best and is the most in tune with them out of everyone on this planet, which is so cool. And as a new mum, if this is like your first time becoming a mum, which I'm guessing it is if you're watching this video, or maybe you just didn't have the start before that you wanted and you're wanting to develop that secure bond from the start. But lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. It can feel like a lot of pressure for new mums, or sometimes it's like a worry we have in the back of our mind of like, yeah, I know I feel this pressure of like, I know I'm going to be the main one for my baby to respond to, but I don't have experience with babies. I don't never even held a newborn. Like, that's terrifying. So we'll all be on a different spectrum of like the thoughts that you feel about that. But I just want to reassure you that you are already connected to your baby and what they need and what you need in pregnancy. And you're going to be able to figure all of this out when you're a newborn too. A lot of being a mum is a little bit of like, you have to be allowing flexibility, and there is a little bit of trial and error in a sense. Not that you're gonna like vastly screw up or anything, but you'll get to know your baby. You'll get to know, like, oh my gosh, my baby likes to be held all the time. Or you're gonna be like, hey, my baby loves to like chill, and has a more solid nap in this way. Like, you're gonna learn about your baby. So at the beginning, rather than having to have everything figured out, because obviously you won't yet, every new baby is a learning curve. Just approach it with curiosity and an openness to learn, and set the intention to just be responsive to them. And that's just going to set you up for such a good trajectory, because then you will be that baby, that person for your baby that they know they can count on to figure it out with them and to be there with them as you go. So there's that one. And then the fifth one, this one's my favorite. Presence. Like, your presence and your stillness with them is such a beautiful gift for you and your baby in the first 24 hours. Depending on like your culture and your desires and your family life, I think the first 24 hours is like very sacred. And so, who is in that space? I feel like you should also have a sacred bond with them. And like for me, I really wanted that first 24 hours to mostly just be like my husband and my baby and I, so that I could do a lot like unlimited skin to skin and like not have to like cover up, or so that I could like breastfeed on demand as needed, because it's a vulnerable time after birth. Like, that's what I wanted. I know people have different desires. Some of you might want your mum with you. Some of you might want your sister with you. Some of you might want like to be surrounded by family. And I think there are like cultural variations and different desires there. So go what's going to feel like special and sacred for you, and allow you to bond with your baby, and just for them to feel like that outpouring love and stillness from the beginning. But I want to go back to presence and just say a couple more things about it. What I mean by presence is like, be still in the current moment. And do that as many times as you possibly can. You can do that when your baby is first put on your chest, and just take that moment to look at them and just take it all in. You can do it when you go home for the first time. Like, you can just do it when you're cuddling with them, when you're holding them, when you're feeding them, when you're changing them for the first time. Like, it's just this sense of stillness where you kind of just settle in to the moment. It's like you kind of quiet the noise of your mind in a way, because you're just so present and still with them. And babies are the best invitation to being present. They're just so freaking cute. And it's like such like a little miracle to see them for the first time. You're going to be invited into presence like over and over again. And I think that's like one of the beautiful gifts of having kids, is just taking it in and soaking it in. But that's it. Those are my 5 tips for bonding with a newborn. I hope that they help you and help you feel more prepared. As you start preparing for postpartum, just on that note, before I wrap up, I have a brand new masterclass. It's all about preparing you for postpartum and helping you feel more regulated, more grounded, more like yourself through it. So much of the emphasis is on learning about and preparing for baby, but this masterclass is all about you. And I will link that for you below and you can check it out. All right, thank you for being here. Message me with your favorite tip from what was your favorite tip that I gave today that you are going to take and run with. And I will see you in the next one.